Hello, you're watching Digital-Rev Television. Today we shall be looking at the Canon IXUS 300HS. Canon have obviously gone for some simple minimalistic styling with the IXUS 300HS. They've reduced the amount of buttons you see on the body. And it's got this nice little swivelly thing here. But unfortunately it doesn't feature any icons, so you don't know what you're pressing until you actually press it. It's like making bedroom maneuvers in the dark. Although if you press on it lightly, it will bring up a display to show you what the buttons mean. Stupid. Although I must add that the Canon IXUS 300HS looks a bit like a bar of soap. In fact, the whole IXUS range looks like bars of soaps. Ooh, dirty. Sadly, the screen of the IXUS 300HS is smaller than the S90. One of the important things about the Canon IXUS 300HS is that it features a backlit sensor and Canon's new HS system. But is it all that, or is it just a load of hype? Let's find out. With compact cameras is that there's just so many of them, all different shapes, sizes, colours and different models, all with a varying level of incomprehensible names. Take the current Canon compact range for example. If you count all the PowerShot and IXUS cameras, they add up to about a gazillion. Recently, Canon have been introducing new compacts with features that are so significant that you remember what their purpose really is, even if you can't remember their model names. Like the Canon IXUS 210, and I only remember the name because it says it on the front of the camera, has a touchscreen on the back. And the PowerShot S90 is a stunning low-light performer. Kind of. Then we have the recently introduced Canon IXUS 300HS, which has a backlit sensor, which should make it good for low light shooting. But it also has a high-speed video shooting mode. The first thing you notice when you compare the Canon IXUS 300HS to the other two cameras is that the screen is quite considerably smaller than the other two.
In terms of image quality in the daylight, there isn't actually that much in it.
Model's gone. The interesting thing is that the Canon PowerShot S90 and the IXUS 300HS both have a maximum aperture of f2. But what's the major difference between the two?
Looking at these two images, it seems like the bigger sensor of the S90 gives it an advantage. With a maximum aperture of f3.2, the Canon IXUS 210 won't give you as much shallow depth of field as the other two, which have a maximum aperture of f2. The S90 will give you the most shallow depth of field in your images.
With the IXUS 300HS and the S90 being equally priced, one has to wonder why you don't just opt for the S90. So the question is, which one performs better in low light? Let's go somewhere to find out. This cute little place is styled like an old Hong Kong cafe. It's a great place to come on a nice summer day to sip on a nice cool drink, take some pictures in low light, and check out your photos with friends.
Despite having a smaller sensor than the S90, the IXUS 300 HS really benefits from the backlit sensor and the HS system, which gives it really low noise performance. Let's take a look at some of the video samples. The IXUS 210 gives you high definition rubbish, and even though the S90 doesn't have an HD movie option, it's less rubbish. And the 300 HS, it's alright. Plus, there's also the option of recording high-speed video footage at 240 frames per second. But it's 240 frames per second of webcam-like rubbish quality. Lovely. Is the 300 HS different enough to be significant? Well, in the daylight, you're not at an advantage, but it really excels in low light for a compact camera. It just goes to show that back-illuminated sensors really are the way forward. Steve Jobs thinks so too.
That will change the way that we look at cameras forever.